Hi, Tim here um, with a weekly update. So it's been a long week, and I thought I would probably should go back to uh, expand on the reasons why uh, you would choose to vape. You know, but while we're doing that, it's it's also beer o'clock, and which is what I do at the end of my week. And tonight we have the I suppose Keiju Crush beer. It's a tropical pale ale. We're heading into uncharted territory, so let's give it a go. Cheers. Well, it's a pale ale. There's nothing that striking about it, actually. Or tropical for that matter. It's just a light pale ale. Well, but it doesn't mean that I won't finish it. Now, the reasons why you would want to vape, because I was probably a bit short on the last video talking about taking money away from the government, or giving too much money to the government. Most people would have started vaping or want to start vaping to stop smoking cigarettes, to what they say is tobacco harm minimisation. No one can really agree yet as to whether vaping is harmful or not, or what percentage. So far, the British Surgeon General has said that vaping is probably about 95% less harmful than cigarettes or tobacco products, which is probably right, because you're not combusting any plant matter and inhaling that into your body, along with all the chemicals and additives that the tobacco companies put in. The nicotine keeps you addicted, and the cigarette or burning tobacco is the vehicle with which you ingest your nicotine. So if you can take another way, make another way of taking your nicotine in, then you don't need to ingest those chemicals and tar and carcinogens into your body. So the other issue, so you take up vaping as to help you get off cigarettes, and then you can control how much nicotine you take yourself and wean yourself off your nicotine. I mean, nicotine's not the issue. You can say people stay addicted to nicotine for years. It's not a problem. And I even read some articles that said there's some benefits in nicotine. It's just the carcinogens from burning plant matter, inhaling plant matter into your lungs, or however you choose to use your tobacco. So that's one reason. Now the other reason is once you've started vaping and you've given up the tobacco, your health will improve drastically. So first thing is you're not going to stink like shit. Your car, your clothes, your house won't stink like shit. And your bank account will actually improve too, as long as you're not like me and you're not an enthusiast, I suppose. I mean, most guys, once they get into vaping, all of a sudden find it a new hobby, and would probably spend quite a lot of money. But it's what you do, I guess. I mean, if you within your means, I guess. But certainly, if you're spending $40 to $50 a day on cigarettes, vaping is going to be half that amount. It may take you a couple $100 to get set up to vape until you find what you like. My friends that vape nicotine, they don't change anything. They vape the same liquid. They've had the same vapes for several years, 2 or 3 years, still going. But vaping just for nicotine is different than vaping for clouds or flavour. I like the flavour. So yeah, your pocket's going to be better off. And who knows? Eventually, you might give up nicotine altogether. But if you're off the cigarettes, then you're doing yourself a big favour, huge favour. Now, the other reason one reason I took up vaping is to help me with weight control. So, I have a big sugar addiction, and I found I can control my sugar addiction by using sweet e-juice, sweet juice e-liquid in my vape, so that I've cut out all my sugar, all the carbohydrates actually. So overall, I'm probably down 13 kilos now. That's not all due to vaping, you know, exercise, diet, and willpower, I guess. No matter what you do, you still need willpower to lose weight. But that's the reason I took it up. And actually, I was searching for tobacco flavours in the vapedom, and at this stage, the juice companies don't really understand tobacco. Well, they understand cigarettes. They don't really understand pipe tobacco or cigar tobacco. So when they claim they have, you know, fabulous Cuban flavour, it's not really. It's just another tobacco flavour. I found by mixing a couple of different juices, you can probably get something that's okay. But there's nothing. No one makes anything so far that rivals or the pipe tobacco flavours that you can get. Well, you used to be able to get. You can't get that much in Australia now. They're all being phased out. So, where I was up to, why vape? Yeah, so you're going to vape firstly to get off the cigarettes. So that's going to drastically improve your health, and you can keep vaping and getting your own nicotine supply through vaping, and you're still going to be a social outcast because people think you're making clouds of smoke. You're not actually. Everything around what you will improve, from the smell in your car won't stink, your clothes won't smell, your bank balance may improve a bit because you're not feeding the government taxes, and as with me, my weight's improved a lot. So we'll keep vaping as long as I keep losing weight. I probably really enjoy sampling flavours and just gaining the skills, vaping skills. It's not a bad hobby for me. I kind of enjoy it. And hopefully the government won't screw vaping up. They're trying to. They've done it in South Australia, where the vape shops now are leaving South Australia and moving. Vaporize is going to leave South Australia because it's going to be impossible for him to operate in South Australia. In New South Wales now, if you go to a vape shop, nothing's allowed on display. They class it, put it under the same act as cigarettes. So everything is hidden, which is a pain in the butt. So you might as well shop online, because at least you can see what you're buying. You know, hopefully we'll follow New Zealand, where they're going to tax cigarettes out of oblivion and force everyone to vape, and that will save them on social medical bills, I guess. But tobacco companies won't like that. Neither will the nicotine patch companies. So I suppose if they're paying the government enough, the government will phase out or just put the pressure on vaping. Hopefully, if we put enough pressure on the government, then they'll change their minds about vaping. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.